So welcome back everyone, we're back in the stream, good to see you all. Fingu currently leading the Grand Prix, so he made a really good start, already 2 DNFs. Irma Gurkavan right under pressure of Rico Toxic. Let's have a look at the tire choices for this race. 7 laps for Rico Toxic on the mediums, and the rest of the grid have started on the soft tires. Some of them already pitted. Novrishi already pitted. Sportmat had a moment at the start, unfortunately. TGL Stewart has stopped as well. So Novrishi is the current leader of this virtual leader. But also Rico Toxic is on a one-stop strategy. So, and those mediums are definitely going to work now. Quina is into full place on the mediums as well. Really strong pace from him. We know he can be quick. Last season he was the competitor of Razi, so he can be quick as well. And let's see, picking up the DRS, going at the back of Irma, who have not picked up DRS. So this will be an easy overtake for Quina into turn 1, and that's an overtake from Quina. And the Ferrari of Rejet, can he go right at him? I don't think he can, so he needs to back off. Irma definitely struggling on those soft tires compared to the medium runners. Gatsby has switched to the hard tires, so he will be going till the end on these tires as well. And Irma Gurkavan is under pressure of Rejet. Rejet on the outside now of Irma. Rejet going on the outside of Irma and making, oh, he slides into the side of Irma, and he kept his car clean. No damage for him, so that's really lucky. And so is no damage for Irma as well. So very unfortunate for Rejet to slide there, because that was a really good overtake. But look at the front, Rico Toxic is flying on those medium tire compound, and he is now into P1, getting the move done on Fingerhook. Really great job from Rico Toxic on those mediums. Those mediums are definitely coming alive compared to the soft tires, so very impressive from that Mercedes. Now he needs to build up that gap, because Quina is right behind. Rejet on the mediums is also not far behind as well. He made the move on Irma, so those soft runners are definitely struggling. So is Fingerhook, because Quina is closing in to Fingerhook. And look at Quina. He's closing into Fingerhook. Oh, really taking it aggressively. Letting his car go wide. And that's not going to help him, because he lost a lot of time compared to Fingerhook there. Well, he needs to get some overtake done. He needs to stick with Rico Toxic on the mediums. With only 9 drivers left in this race, 1/3 of the Grand Prix has been finished. We're all in the back of our seats. Rejet is closing in as well. Rejet has picked up some great pace compared to Quina and Fingerhook. So he's really showing why he got promoted. Started in P11 on the fresh medium tires. and is now closing the gap on Quina and Fingerhook. He picked up a penalty as well. 6 seconds already. So that's not going to help him at the end of this Grand Prix. Oh, we have Sportmat is in the gravel. And Fingerhook is in the pits. Which tire is he choosing? He will probably go for the hard. No, he's going for the mediums. What will the strategy of Fingerhook be? And Irma is also in the pits for the mediums. And Not Rishi and Fingerhook are really close on that exit, and Not Rishi is on the outside. Fingerhook is giving him space, knowing that Fingerhook has the advantage on the tire. No need to take any risks, knowing that Not Rishi has a penalty as well. And we have a yellow in sector 2. It's a Ferrari. It's Rijad. Oh, that's unfortunate for Rijad. And I think he lost his front wing, his entire front wing. And Fingerhook is putting the pressure on Rishi. Fingerhook is at the back of him, and he gets a really good run, and we'll go to have a look on the inside now to Not Rishi. Look at the exit of Fingerhook, and still going side by side. Oh, and they touch. But Not Rishi kept the car on track. Fingerhook is on the quicker tire at this moment. Not Rishi just needs to stick with him. Oh, Rijad has retired in the pits, unfortunately. Not Rishi still keeping up with Fingerhook. Impressive qualifying from Not Rishi into P2. So that was an amazing qualifying performance from him as a tier 3 driver. He's a new face in the league, so it was really hard to know where to place him. So it's really great to see him attending this race as well, to see if he can match the pace of tier 2. And absolutely he can, as he's showing. But now the race consistency is something he needs to show. Can he stick with Fingerhook, with Irma already closing in as well? 1.9 seconds for Irma. Rishi is good on the ERS deployment, and Fingerhook as well. Using some ERS to defend. Fingerhook is still fully under pressure of Not Rishi. Not Rishi showing some excellent pace. And Irma is really struggling to keep up with the pace of these two. Fingerhook running a little wide, and Rishi gets a really good exit. Will this be an overtaking opportunity for Rishi? He has a penalty, unfortunately. But he's still in the battle for that podium spot. Farico Toxic and Quina are definitely on a really good strategy. Look at Not Rishi still picking up the DRS on Fingerhook. Fingerhook covering the inside. Not Rishi is staying on the outside, but he's not close enough to make a move. Fingerhook runs a little wide, and this will allow Rishi to make a move. Going off throttle and going on throttle, using all of his ERS. not going to be close enough. So this will be another. Rishi is closing in. The pace of Rishi seems to be very, very good compared to Fingerhook. And this is the section of Rishi where he just needs to keep up with Fingerhook. Look at Rishi. Oh, Rishi almost losing it. That was so close. He catches it just right. Oh, Fingerhook runs again a little wide. Fingerhook is struggling on those tires. And Quina gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's unfortunate. Farico Toxic going for the soft tire. And what is Quina doing? Quina is going for the opposite. Quina is going for the one-stop strategy. So, two different strategies. And oh, look at this! Not Rishi and Quina, oh, joining the battle. Not Rishi gets the move on Fingerhook, moves himself up to P2. Wow. And the 4 drivers. Of course, Rico Toxic is heading away now on those fresh softs. But he needs to make another pit stop. And Quina doesn't. How many penalties does Quina have? 8 seconds. Oh. Maybe you should have to go for the 2-stop. And GGL Stewart is in the wall. And there's a safety car being deployed. So this will be an opportunity for the drivers who haven't made that pit stop. And I think this will be an opportunity for Gatsby to switch to some other tires. Who's spitting? Quina spitting. Irma spitting. Quina serving his drive-through, switching to mediums. Is he going till the end on these tires? And Irma as well. Farico Toxic is still staying out. And I'm not sure if that's the right choice. Fingerhook still staying out as well. And Irma on the fresh mediums. And Rishi chose the hards and served his penalty. A really good choice from Rishi to serve that penalty. And also going till the end on these tires. So is Irma. So Farico Toxic and Fingerhook needs to create themselves a gap. And which tire is Sportman choosing? Sportman is choosing the softs. Oh! What happened to them? No, nothing happened. And I think we will have another lap behind the safety car. Farico Toxic switching now to the fresh mediums. So Farico Toxic chose to lose a small amount of time to give up his P1 spot to get himself into P5 on fresh medium tires. Let's head back. Sportmat is still closing up. Will the safety car go in this lap? I think only if Sportmat catches in time. And I think he will. And yes, the safety car is coming in this lap. So Sportmat will be closing off. Finghoek is leading the whole pack. The whole pack. There's only 7 drivers left. So it's not a whole pack actually. The drivers who are left. That's a better call. And he's already going. Finghoek is already going on that lap. Irma has been awake as well. And so is Rishi on the hards. Quina is already under pressure of Farico Toxic. Farico Toxic going for the inside move into turn 1. Is there going to be a move from Farico Toxic? He is regaining after that late pit stop. Farico Toxic has made a move and he's now into P4 already. Where he was in P1 before. So good stuff from Farico Toxic. He was awake. And on podium course is that the 3 reserve on the hards. No need to stop anymore. But how long can Irma extend his tires till the end? I think those tires will definitely drop compared to the hards at the end of the race. So will Rishi be able to keep up with him? I think the hards are not that bad on this track. And Farico Toxic is already at the back end of Rishi. And Rishi is definitely showing what he's got. Now he's losing a small amount of time now. Of course he is. He's on the hard tire. And he is covering the inside line. And Farico Toxic on the outside. And on the inside, no overtake from Farico Toxic. So Rishi is defending it really well. Running a little wide. And so does Farico. So no overtaking spot. And now Quina on the inside. Oh, where's the camera view? And Quina on the inside on Farico Toxic. And he gets the move. And Quina, will we go for a double overtake? And on the outside now to Rishi. And still sticking behind. But he has the pace. Oh, Rishi locking his brakes, but fully under pressure. And Irma is closing in to Finghoek. Is the DRS already enabled? And this will be very good for Irma's self-confidence. He had some bad luck last season. Will there be an opportunity for Irma? And the DRS has been enabled this lap. So this will be an opportunity for Irma to even get closer. He's already within 0.4 of a second. He's not taking the risk. And Sportmat is losing it in turn 1, unfortunately. Finghoek still leading ahead of Irma. Canadians on top with Gatsby in P6 following close behind. there's, oh, Quina losing it. Oh, Quina. Both Alfa Romeos not having a good time at the moment. Both spinning on track. And the rest of the field is still within DRS range. Will there be an opportunity for Irma? The first DRS or for him on the main straight. He's closing in. The DRS on the main straight is so powerful. He closed the gap from 0.8 to 0.3 of a second. That's a big gain of 0.5. That's a lot. Farico Toxic has made the move on North Rishi, by the way. So, but of course, will Farico be able to get these tires till the end? Or will North Rishi be the last laugher here? Still, oh, there's someone in the gravel. It's not Rishi. Oh, he pushed his car a bit too much. And now Rishi knows no need to get these attacks, knowing that your tires are not on the right temperature. But now Rishi has the pace, definitely. And the battle for the lead. Irma gets the overtake done on Fingerhook. And moves up to P1. And he's on 5 lap younger tires than his opponent. So terrific job from Irma Gurkavan so far. But Farico Toxic is coming. And Irma knows the pace of Farico is really quick at the Catalonian circuit. And the DRS train has been enabled and is still continuing. Gatsby is into P4. No DRS for Gatsby. Quina runs wide again. Irma Gurkavan sets the fastest lap, a 19.1. That's a really quick lap from Irma. And Quina is getting the move done on Gatsby. And not Rishi is right behind Sportmat. Sportmat needs to make his pit stop. And I think not Rishi is ready for... is definitely ready for tier 2. He can match the top guys here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. This guy is quick. And now Rishi gets a really good exit, but let's head back to the front. Irma is able to defend, and now Rishi is getting at the back of Sportman and going side by side into turn 1. And Sportman braking really late, going side by side. What a battle, guys! What a battle! Leaving each other's space. And that's how it should be. Rishi's taking the different lines compared to Sportman. This is racing, and this is how racing should be. Rishi on those hards, really competitive. One of the new faces here, Rishi, is closing in to Sportman again, and heading in the front three we have Farico Toxic, Fingerhook and Irma Gurkafan having a battle for that P1 spot. Farico Toxic is trying to close the gap on Fingerhook. And yes, this is racing, Ismail. This is racing. With only 7 drivers on the grid, they are performing an amazing show for us today. There are battles everywhere between all drivers. No driver can just sit back and relax. It's all racing between all the drivers. Unfortunately, Sportmat and Rishi had a spun, but they could be definitely up there as well. But Fingerhook needs to make his pit stop, or will we stretch these tires till the end? I think he will. I don't think he will make another pit stop, because already in 27, lap 27. So that means we have 7 laps to go in this Spain Grand Prix. Look at this amazing battle, top 3 battle. And this is looking very good for the Tier 2 championship this season. And not Rishi gets the move on Sportmap before the corner. Sportmat's tires are definitely... Oh, Sportman spins. Another spin for Sportmat there. Look at Farico Toxic really putting the pressure on Fingerhook. Fingerhook struggling a bit now on those old tires. And Gatsby still sticking with it with Quinna. So the pace between all the drivers is so close. Look at the top 5. And this is only 5 drivers. Well, how will it be with even those other 15 who are not racing right now? Look at Farico Toxic using all of his ERS to get past Fingerhook. But Fingerhook is defending and using his ERS as well. But Farico Toxic is really good on the ERS deployment. Really hard to get past when you don't have the overspeed in the last corner. When the drivers in front have the ERS as well. Only a few laps to go. Irma Gurkafan looking to get this win. With Farico Toxic definitely pushing his car to that limit. Look at him sliding all over the place, trying to get a move on Fingerhook. And Irma is still good on his ERS deployment. Look at him. He's running away. Still good on that ERS deployment, but Fingerhook is closing in, full tenths of a second. And this is a sector where the car of Irma is coming alive. Look at that, 6 tenths. He's building that gap in that last corner, and this is what this will make a very... But Irma is weaving and weaving, defending the outside. But will there be a move from Fingerhook? I don't think there will. So Irma is defending it well, really well. And he is using those fast corners to save up his ERS. And look at Farico Toxic on the inside of Fingerhook. Gets the move and now moves up to P2. And now he can go for the hunt on Irma. And Irma is already back in 30% of ERS, but Farico Toxic is on 40%. And he will pick up the DRS right now. Farico Toxic. And he's closing in 3 tenths, 2 tenths. And now he needs to stick with him in the last sector where Irma is a different category. But look at Farico Toxic. Farico Toxic is closing in. He's still sticking within those 5 tenths gap. Now he's losing. This is where Irma can gain a lot of time. But look at Farico Toxic. He gets a really good run out of that corner. And this will be the move for the lead on the inside. And Irma will be a sitting duck. Irma was a sitting duck and Farico Toxic takes over the lead. Performance is there from Farico Toxic, one of the championship contenders this season, of course. And he's 4 tenths up in sector 1 on his previous lap time, which is very awesome to see. Farico Toxic is now leading by a small gap. Farico Toxic sets the fastest lap, a 1:18.8. Great lap. He's pushing all out of his Mercedes with 3 laps remaining. But Irma Gurkafan is still keeping with him in the DRS range, so we definitely have a battle for P1 on track. And this will last till the last corner, so Irma is looking strong, but Farico Toxic is even looking faster and faster. Work to do for Irma here, but he gets a really good run. He's still within 6 tenths of a second. And look at Irma. Will this be close enough? 6 tenths of a second. Well, Farico Toxic is defending and Irma is not using his ERS. So he is saving up till the end of the next lap. He just wants to stick close with him. No room for mistakes here. And Fingerhook is now losing some positions. He's struggling on those 19 lap old mediums. And Sportmat still continuing on those 13 lap old softs, which is very impressive. And here's the proof, they can make it, but they will degrade a lot. Oh, Irma, really big moment. And I think the last lap will almost go in. And Irma needs to have a good run now. He needs to use all of his ERS, 7 tenths, that's a bit too much. Farico Toxic is using his ERS as well. But will this be an opportunity for Irma to make the move? Going for a late dive. And he's going for the late dive. Yeah, that's very optimistic. That's very optimistic, Irma. And this will mean that Farico Toxic will cruise to victory at the pre-season race at Spain. No challenge for him anymore, as Irma has calculated that wrong, unfortunately. He drove a really excellent race, but still Haas is looking quick. Heading to the last corners, Farico Toxic is going to snatch the win in pre-season Spain. Tier 2, the winner of this race, Farico Toxic. Fingerhook finishing in second, Gatsby in third. Irma Gertkevan in P4. And Quina had a moment, finishing in P5. Not Rishi, great race from you. Qualifying in P2. Finishing in P6. That's unfortunate with that spin, but your pace was insane, mate. That must be said, because you're crazy. Really big dubs to Farico Toxic winning this race, of course. Really strong performance, and I think one of the title contenders this season. And Sportmat will be the last driver on those very old softs. He's probably sliding all over the place. Yes, he is. Oh, look at that drift. Those softs are undrivable. He's doing some... And Sportmat crossing the line into P7. Very unfortunate race for him. So I'm going to prepare myself for the tier 1 race. I want to thank you for all watching. Congrats to Farico Toxic, Fingerhook and Gatsby for the podiums. And looking forward to next week, where we will be starting at Australia for the season opener. Make sure to tune in that race. Thank you for watching.